أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, this is Ustaz Abdul Razak once again. Inshallah, today we are coming to talk about pillars of Islam. Islam have 5 pillars. After that, we see what is the pillar of the Christianity. That bring the Christianity about the death and the resurrection of Jesus that we the Muslims call Isa alayhi salam. So that means if Jesus could have not died and resurrected according to the Christians, that means even the Christianity will not exist. There will not be Christianity. Allahu Akbar. So first of all, we see what make a man become a Muslim. As I said, Islam have 5 pillars. The first pillar is if somebody want to accept Islam, then we say to him to say, Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah wa ashhadu anna Isa Rasulullah. That is the first pillar. The meaning is, I bear witness that none of worship except God, the Creator. And I bear witness again that Prophet Muhammad is a God messenger and is a God servant. And I bear witness that, again, that Jesus, may peace of God be upon him, is a messenger of God and is a servant of God. That is the first pillar of Islam. And the second pillar is, if it's time to worship God, not pray, worship, like the way the messengers do. Because the Quran says, Bada Bismillah Rahman Rahim, that is in the name of Allah, the most precious, the most merciful. If you want to read the Quran, you have to say this. God said, وَمَا حَلَقَتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. God said, I didn't create mankind or jinn kind because of anything, but it's just because of them to worship me. So we have to worship God on the right way by show the prophet. Right way show by the prophet. That is the second pillar, worshiping God. The third pillar is you fast the time of Ramadan. If the time of fasting comes, you fast. And the Muslims, we used to fast 29 days or 30 days because the Islam calendar is different from the Christians' calendar, the white man calendar. We the Muslims, our calendar used to end 29, sometimes 30. And the white man calendar used to end 31st. You see, 31st. Or maybe 32nd. So that is the white man calendar. That's why we used to fast 29 or 30. So the fasting making the fourth proof. And there's giving charity also. Charity. The fasting make the third proof, the third pillar. The fourth pillar is giving charity. If it's time for giving charity, then you give charity. There's many ways that they give charity. After our 29 days fasting or 30 days fasting, God commanded us to give charity. And what did the fasting stand for? Before, the people of before, they can go up to 200 years, 500 years, 300 years. And now our generation, 70 years, someone died already. 50 years, someone died already. If the person have too much, 120, 110, Even now, those things, we don't hear it again. 25, 30, 35, we are dying. So Prophet Muhammad said to God, "Oh, my creator, what are you going to give me so that me and my generation, so that if we do it, we also will be getting reward like those who worship you so many years?" Allahu Akbar. And God said, "Okay, fast 29 or 30 days. You should not eat, but not because of anyone, because of I, God. Don't drink, even though you are tasting, not because of anybody, but because of I, God. Don't look the nakedness of woman. Don't backbite, not because of anyone, but because of I, God. If you do this, I will give you reward like those generations that pass." Because someone cannot worship God, let's say 200 years, and you come and worship God 30 years, 40, 50, or 60, or 100, or 80, and say you have the same reward like that person. Never. So this is what God gives us. So if you worship that 29 days or fast, if you fast 29 days or fast 30 days correctly by show of the prophets, God will forgive you all your sin. You become like a newborn baby. So that is the fasting that we are fasting. If the Christian doesn't understand why we are fasting, they should understand. So the fourth proof is giving the charity. The charity used to clean your fasting. The little sin you do in your fasting, the charity will clean it. And after that, we give charity also because God asks us to give charity. It's not only the time of Ramadan, the time of fasting. And the fifth pillar is, if God bless you, the time of going to Hajj, come, you have money. God say, the money that you sweat like this and have, use that money and travel to Mecca, to our big temple. Go and worship him. Use that money. Because of who? Because of the Creator. Go there, travel, and go there and worship him. It's very, very great blessing in it. So, and believe again in the last day that there is a judgment day that all had and it become 5 pillars. So if somebody come that you want to accept Islam, that is what we give to the person. The person have to believe in all these 5 pillars, then the person become a Muslim. So the Muslims, that is our 5 pillars. That is our great testimony. La ilaha illallah, it means none of worship except God. So now let us see the testimony of Jesus. Then we come and see the testimony of the Christians again. The people of Israel asked Jesus. They say, Master. They say Rabbi. Rabbi means master. What is your great testimony? And Jesus said to them in the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 29, Jesus said to them, "Hear Israel." Jesus didn't say hear the whole world like the way the Christians are claiming that you come and die for the whole world's sins. No. There's a proof that shows that Jesus was sent to the Israelites alone. Matthew 10 verse 5, he said, "These 12, Jesus said unto them, Go in not in the any way of the Gentiles, nor any city of the Samaritan, do not go, but go in rather unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. For I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." So this shows us that Jesus was sent to the Israelites alone. So Jesus said to them in the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 29, he said, "Hear Israel, your God, our God is one." That is the great testimony of Jesus. He said, hear Israel, not hear the whole world. Hear Israel, your Lord, our God is one. That means Jesus himself have God. So how can Jesus become a God? And book of Matthew, chapter 20, verse 28, the Bible said, do you not think that the Son of Man, because the Christians say is Son of God, the Bible said, do you not think that the Son of Man come for you to worship him, but he rather come to worship who? God, he come to worship. So this is the proof that shows that Jesus is not God, Jesus is not Son of God. May God give us understanding. So the testimony of Jesus is, hear Israel, your God, our God is one. And let us see the testimony of the Christians. The testimony of the Christian is, Jesus died and resurrected the 3 days later. 3 days after his death. 3 days after his death, he resurrected again. That is the pillar of the Christians. So that is the Christianity. The book of Acts of Apostles, chapter 11, verse 26, he said, the disciples of Christ, the disciples of Jesus, first called Christian by the pagans in Antioch. That means it's not Jesus who bring the name Christianity. It's not God who sent Jesus that bring the name Christianity. It's not even Paul who writes the half of the New Testament that bring the name Christianity. It's the pagans rather. And the pagans mean the idols worshippers. So it's the idol worshippers who give you that name Christianity and you are following. And that Christianity, that Christian, in their language is an insult. And now let us see if it's only Jesus that resurrects. Book of 1 Kings 17 verse 17. Elijah is a messenger of God. He was passing and he saw a woman crying, and he near her said, woman, why are you crying? And the woman said, my son is dead. And he asked her, where is your son? She said, he's in the house. And he followed the woman into the house. He went and saw the boy die. He lied down, died. And Elijah prayed unto God. And he lied down on the boy and he breathed on the boy. Pooh! And the boy started sneezing. Hit him. The boy woke up and walked away. Allahu Akbar. This is the second proof. The 2 King 13 verse 20. Elisha was dead. 1 year later, after death of Elisha, people of Moab bring their dead man to bury in the same cemetery. So they dig the hole behind the hole of Elisha, where they bury Elisha. Behind it, they dig their hole there. And by digging the hole enter each other. It's God, the Creator, who wants to show them something. Because those people are non-believers. So, when they buried their dead man there, and the bone of Elisha, who they buried 1 year after, or 1 year later, when the bone of Elisha touched the dead man, the one that the people of Moab just bring and bury, immediately the bone of Elisha touched him, the man wake up and walk away in the grave. So even the dead man, somebody who died 1 year after, they bring somebody and bury, his bone touch the man and the man wake up in the grave and walk away. So it's not only Jesus who resurrects somebody, or Jesus who resurrects after his death. Even a simple people that they are not prophet, they resurrect. By who? The Creator. So, inshallah, that's why Jesus said in the book of John, chapter 5, verse 30, he said, by my own accord, I can't do nothing. And what I judge is what I hear from who? It's what I hear from the God who sent me. So my judgment is good. That means Jesus said there is a God who sent him. Inshallah, we are going to stop here. Wabillahi tawfiq ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.